Also, I should start recording. Guys, please remind me if I don't record. Last lesson, I missed recording altogether. But so the way, so anybody is going to tell me what are the pronouns we covered? Do you remember which pronouns they are in Arabic? Anybody? How do you say I in Arabic?
Anta.
No, that's you.
Ana.
Ana.
Yes. How do you say you two?
Antuma.
Antuma, yes. How do you say you, plural, feminine?
Antunna.
Yes, that's good. Okay, so we done. So there are two types. Well, they did more, but there's basically okay. We done now pronouns. Pronouns, and now today we're gonna do attached pronouns. So for example, he was what in Arabic? Huwa, yes. What does it mean attached pronoun? It means that when you say huwa, it's separate word. But when you say attached pronoun, it's going to be attached to a different word. So it's going to be end of another word. So for example, we're going to come to do anyway. So for attached pronoun, for example, for huwa, we have who, means him, or it refers to third person singular, him or his. So for example, when you said attached, it's going to be like this: kitab, hu. So attached to kitab, his book. So that's why they are called attached pronouns, because they are attached to other words towards the end. So that's why you call them attached pronouns, al-damar al-muttasila in Arabic. So for huwa, we have who. For them two, what do we have? Normal pronouns. Them two. Huma. This is for masculine or feminine?
Masculine.
Huma is both masculine and feminine.
Yes. So can you guys see my screen?
See the whiteboard you're sharing?
Yes, we can see.
So huma is the same in attached pronouns. So you would say kitabu huma. Kitabu huma. Same. It's the same as in normal pronoun and then attached pronoun. This is them two, masculine and feminine. Then for them, plural, we have what we have? Masculine, whom. And similar with attached pronoun, so it's whom as well. So kitabuhum. And then for feminine, for she, we have what we have?
Hunna.
No, singular, sorry.
Here.
Here. She, because she is one person, right? Singular. She can also mean what? He can also mean what? It, yes. He, it, or she, it. So the same here, and it's in attached pronoun, it's going to be her at the end. For them two, we done that already, so it's the same for them two here. And then them, feminine, what is it? Hunna. And it's going to be the same in attached pronouns. And obviously these you just have to memorize them and really well, because these are even more important than the vocabulary. Hunna. Then for, okay, let's, instead of writing, I just could share the book with you, because I think makes it be quicker. Okay, so we've done the third person. We've done the third person. So you should be able to learn how to read the book. Okay, so this is third person, which means he or she, and this is singular. Singular. So these are singular, who and her. Attached pronouns. This is dual, and you see the same huma. And this is plural. Okay, so then we go to second person, or it tells you at the top anyway. So if you go to the first person, right, we have what do we have for singular in normal pronouns? How do you say I? Singular is I.
Ana.
Ana.
Anna.
Yes, and in attached pronoun it's going to be a kasra, and then it's going to be a ya. So for example, it's going to be kitabi. So what's going to happen is it should be kitabu, yeah, but it's going to change the we can't say kitabuya. We can't say kitabuya because this construction is also mudaf and mudaf alayhi, because if we're saying book of him or his book, so kitab is mudaf and ya is first person pronoun. Ya is the mudaf ilayhi. So normally it would be kitabu, but you can't really pronounce kitabu. It's difficult, so it changes because ya, if you've done tajweed, ya is normally convenient with the kasra. So that's why we have kitabi. So we get it, last word letter gets a kasra, and then we have ya. And then for first person dual and plural, what we have in normal, we have what do we have in normal pronouns?
Nahnu.
Nahnu, we, right? Could be two people or more, could be dual or plural. Nahnu. And in attached pronoun is na. Kitabuna. Kitabuna. Our books. And it gives you a note here that it tells you that singular first person I is kasra and ya. But it says when attached to a verb, which we're going to see later, when it's attached to a verb, that obviously that excludes the noun. So when it's attached to a verb, we add noon as well. It becomes noon and ya. Ni. You will see the examples. This is known as noon al-waqaya, like if you done Arabic terminology. Second person, for singular, what do we have it for masculine? Anta, right? And attached pronoun is going to be ka. Kitabuka, your book. Kitabuka. Kitabuka, your book. And for feminine, what do we have normally? Anti. And here is going to be ki. First of all, kitabuki. What I don't want you guys to do when you do the next lesson, you don't write kitabu anti. Don't do that. Okay, I can see a common mistake. And kuma is for dual. It's for both masculine and feminine. So normally it's antuma, you two, for both masculine and feminine, you two. But here is kuma, kitabukuma, book of you two. And for plural, we have kum and kunna. So normally we have antum and antunna. Does that make sense? This is, you just have to memorize it. And when more you apply it, the more you will remember. So these, as if you watch my video, these can be used with various different things. So they, first of all, it gives an example of how they are used with verb, with the verb. So when they are used with the verb, so when attached, you see a attached pronoun with the verb, you know straight away. You don't need to look at anything. You just know straight away that this is going to be a direct object. So for example, how do you say he opened the door? We say fataha, which means he opened. Al-baba. Al-baba is the object. It's accusative. He opened. What did he open? The door. So instead of saying he opened the door, if you want to say he opened it, so you say fataha hu. Fataha hu. So because it's a third person, so it's because the reason why we're using hu, not ha. Why is that, people? Because ha means it as well, right? Ha is feminine, right? Hu is masculine. Why are we using hu, not ha?
Because the door is masculine.
So that means she opened it is fataha he.
No. If she opened it, it's going to be
The who is representing the door, so the door is masculine, and that's why fataha.
yeah. So no, Nazir, the way. So if she opened it, because here, what does who represent? Nazir,
Who is represent it?
and in this case, what does it represent? Does it represent the door or the lady or the man?
It's the man.
No, it represents the
He
door,
opened
right?
it.
Yes, it represents the door. It's got
Yes,
nothing to do with he, she, them. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's an object actually. Yeah,
It's the object. Yes.
Yeah.
The subject is, where's the subject?
It's embedded. It's attached to fataha.
It's hidden within fataha, right?
It's attached to the verb.
Yeah, it's hidden inside the verb fataha. Fatahahu. So what do you, how do you say?
Yes,
What do you think?
yes.
How are you going to say? What do you think?
Fatahahu.
How do you say she opened it? Do you think?
Hello. Yes.
It's going to be fatahat.
Fatahatu.
Fatahathu.
Fatahatu.
Because here fatahat means she opened,
She opened.
right?
Okay.
You get it?
Fatahatu. Yeah, okay.
Because her part, she is hidden within the verb. Attached pronoun is direct object. It only refers to the door. So it doesn't depend on if she's a lady or a man, or if it's 5 people, 2 people, because who is just refers to the door. So for example, how would you say they masculine open the door? How do you say they opened it?
Fataha.
What do you think, Nazir?
They opened it.
Yes.
Huma. Fataha. Fatahu. Fatahu. Ha.
Yes, fatahuha. And normally we put alif at the end. We're not going to put alif because these are attached pronouns, so it needs to join directly. So we normally say fatahu, but when you attach a pronoun to it, we just say fatahuha.
Fatahuha.
That's the opened it. And similarly, if you want to say 2 people opened it, what are you going to say, Afrin, when you say 2 people opened it?
So, I just joined. I don't know. 2 people opened it, right? So for second person,
Them two opened it.
for the for 2 person we use Kumar, right?
Yes, but what did you say? The attached pronoun is the object. It's not the subject. Them two opened it is them two opening the door is the subject. So it must be hidden inside the verb.
I'm not getting it.
Okay, so it's going to be fataha ha. Them two opened it. Do you understand this? Because the attached pronoun here,
No, sir.
What's the attached pronoun referring to? Attached pronoun is
It's referring to the
yes.
third person.
No, it's referring to the door, because we said it's a direct object, because it was Fatah al-Baba, so the who is coming in place of al-Bab. Do you get it?
You have
So,
to.
so the root word of open. It is Fataha.
Fataha. Fataha.
Fataha.
Okay, so
Table of Fataha. Do you remember that? That Fataha, Fataha, Fatahu, Fatahta, Fatahtu, Tuma, and Fatatum, like that.
We haven't done the second person yet. But look, it's like this. You know the who part. It refers to the door. So if you say he opened two doors, he opened two doors. He are referring to two doors. So it's gonna be Fataha Huma. Because why are we gonna say Huma? Because we're referring to two doors. He opened them two. Or he opened. Can you say that? He opened them two. Yes, so here is referring to two doors. So the attached pronoun is a direct object, so it's only gonna change to singular, dual, plural, masculine, feminine, depending on the object, al-baba here. The fact that person doing the action, she opened the, he opened the, they opened the, we learned within the last chapter that it's going to be hidden inside the verb. So it's going to be, if he opened, it's going to be fataha. If them two open, it's going to be fataha.
Ha, with Alif.
Fataha. Do you remember? Do you know this, Afrin? Do you understand? Fatahu. Them opened. Them plural. Three or more people. Afrin, you there?
I think she.
Okay. Farhana, you understand?
Yes, sir.
So he opened. Same. Them two opened. They opened. Fatahat, she opened. But the attached pronoun only refers. It doesn't refer to them. It only refers to the door. So if it's one door, it's going to be fatahahu. So similarly, look, if you look at the second part, it says she closed a window. So it doesn't say kafalahu, kafalaha, because the ha would mean referring to the window. Window is, what's window? Shubakan is masculine or feminine?
It's a feminine.
Feminine.
No, how is it feminine?
Nafida, the window is feminine. Shubak.
No, shubak. That's word is feminine. Shubak is not. It doesn't mean all the words which refer to window are feminine, because you got to look at the word. Because window does by its very meaning is feminine. It's not like mother or daughter, because these are feminine people. Window is, in terms of its, if you take away the words, it's inanimate object, so it doesn't have gender. So when that's the case, we look at the word. Does the word have ta marbuta or it doesn't have ta marbuta, for example? So here it doesn't have ta marbuta, so it's masculine. Do you understand, Sudais?
Yeah, I got it. Fine.
Okay. So if she closed the window, kafalat shubbakan, she closed the window. If you want to say she closed it, it's going to be kafalat who, because the window is masculine.
So it's written to it.
And if you want to say they hit me, darabu, because daraba means to hit. Daraba means to hit. They hit would be plural, so it's darabu. It would be alif normally, but we're not going to put alif. And then me is ni. Normally it's just kasra and ya, as we done before here, kasra and ya. But when it comes attached to a verb, it becomes ni. We are the noon. Okay, sometimes these attached pronouns are attached to prepositions, to harf jar, huruf jar. So for example, if you want to say, if wasalu min Baghdad, they arrived from Baghdad. Why is Baghdad?
It's a dip code.
Okay. What's the case of this, Muhammad Burhan? What's the case of?
Genitive.
Genitive, yes. And only take, you normally have kasra, but it's diptod, so it doesn't take kasra. But the case is genitive. That's good. So wasalu min Baghdad. So if you want to say he arrived from it, we say wasalu, they arrived. Minha, from it. They arrived from it. Wasalu minha. Okay. Does it make, why is it ha? Why is it not who? Why is it not wasalu minhu?
Because the places are considered as feminine.
Yes. So does it make sense, people? For Hannah, does it make sense?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
What is, I want to know the they opened. Why it was the previous example?
I didn't hear you properly.
Darabuni.
Yes.
Why it is Darabuni? Actually, I want to know.
What do you expect it to be?
They is whom, right?
Yes.
So how, why it is ni Darabuni?
So
Darabu is they hit, okay. Me is okay. Me is anta, means Anna. So Anna takes noon. Yeah, is it?
yes.
Darabuni.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Because what you can't do is, like I'm mentioning, that's good. You mentioned it because let me point it out. You can't say Dara Bu Anna. That's wrong. You can't say that. You can't use a verb and then the subject be a. I mentioned before, because you can't make put a normal pronoun. You could only put attached pronoun when it's the object. So darabu, because hitting is a verb, so using a verb. So they hit is plural, so we use darabu. Me is the object because who they're hitting me, so we put ni. Is that okay?
Yeah.
So that noon will be added for all the verbs.
Yes, noon will be added for all the verbs. Okay, so another example is قال الملك لكم. The king said to them, because here la was released li, but here it tells you note that the preposition li, which is should be li here, changes to fatha la before the attached pronouns. Before, so if you have attached pronoun, normally we say, you know, katabtu li zaydin. For example, katab, okay, so forget, to katabat, she wrote, katabat li zaydin, she wrote to Zayd. But if you have a, like what it tells you here is katabat, it's not la lihu, it's lahu. Because when it's attached pronoun, it changes, the kasra changes into fatha. Again, this is not really a grammar rule. It's more to do with convention, because it's more to how to pronounce and stuff like that. It's more to do with that science, because it's not really grammar, because if the word changes to accommodate for the attached pronouns. It says the exception is the first person. So me. So katabtu, katabat li. So here doesn't change. The lam still takes kasra, which means she wrote to me, for example. Does that make sense? She wrote to me. Okay, so also, so what we've done so far, we've done when they attach to when the attached pronouns are attached to, number one, verbs as direct objects. So when we know, we said that when we have attached pronoun attached to a verb, there's a key thing. If I was you to just make a key point, write this down, and it's like a golden rule which applies all the time. Whenever you have an attached pronoun attached to a verb, it's always gonna be its object. It's object, maf'ul bihi. And then we done propositions, and here one of the key rules here is that when la is harf jar, li is attached to pronouns, it becomes la with fatha. Okay, so also the attached pronouns can be attached to nouns, and in this case, when they attach pronouns, they always are mudaf ilayhi. Okay, so for example, kitabi means my book. It was normally and obviously why normally the ba would take one dhamma, kitabu, because mudaf. But here it says takes kasra because of the attached pronoun ya, because you can't say kitabu yi. So that's not how you say in Arabic. So it becomes kitabi. So that's specific to ya. So we mentioned here